Hello my country people, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Barrister Aloy Ejimakor, the special counsel for the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has clarified that it was the Federal High Court in Abuja that directed the Nigerian government and the IPOB leader to pursue reconciliation. And Ejimakor said the court had gave the directive on Wednesday when Kanu's case came up. The lawyer said some media reports that Kanu sought negotiation with the Nigerian government on the charges levied against him were slated, and according to him, it was the court that invoked its powers under Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act and issued the directive. Now, the court had directed the Nnamdi Kanu to explore the prospect of reconciliation or any political situation in the ongoing trial. And Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act had provided that in any proceedings in the court may promote reconciliations among the parties thereto and to encourage and facilitate amicable settlement therefore. And responding, the private prosecutor representing the federal government, Mr. Awomolo-san, had told the court that he has no objection to the political settlement or solution of the case, but Nnamdi Kanu lawyers should discuss it directly with the Attorney General. And in the same vein, Nnamdi Kanu's lead counsel, Aloy Ejimakor, had expressed no objection to the political statement. And Nnamdi Kanu had filed an application before the court seeking to move Form 49 and a second application which objected to the court's jurisdiction to try him. And Kanu has been facing several trials on terrorism charges levied against him by the former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration over his calls and agitation for a sovereign state of Biafra. And this case proceeds and still continues under President Bola Tinubu's administration, although the case has been adjourned to September 24th for further hearing. Guys, this means that the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu is currently seeking a negotiation with the federal government to facilitate his release. And Nnamdi Kanu has spent quite some time in the custody of the DSS. Now, this matter had appeared at the Federal High Court in Abuja when his lawyer, Aloy Ejimakor, had told the court that Nnamdi Kanu is pretty much interested in negotiating with the federal government. So, Nnamdi Kanu, as of now, is currently seeking negotiation with the federal government under Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act. And the Act reads, in any proceedings in the court may promote reconciliation amongst parties and encourage or facilitate amicable settlement thereof. Guys, this is interesting. So, Aloy Ejimakor had earlier moved two applications brought before the court. The first application was to move Form 49 and an application objecting to the jurisdiction of the court. He said if the applications were denied, Nnamdi Kanu would move for the implementation of Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act. But now, Mr. Awomilo, the FG's lawyer, had told the court that he had the power to negotiate on behalf of the federal government, and also Ejimakor should contact the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice for this. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? The judiciary is indeed a laughing stock. So does it mean that the judiciary is now dependent on the executive? What kind of reconciliation are they talking about? That is more of a proposal, but we believe that the federal government will never enter out of court settlements with Kanu. Now, anything concerning Nigeria government about negotiation and still being in Nigeria is not acceptable. But that is the rightful thing to do, to negotiate for peaceful exit from this British Nigeria. The Federal High Court had directed the federal government and Nnamdi Kanu to pursue reconciliation. It is impossible, either they release or Biafra comes. Wow, this is a sensible judgment. May this resolution end in releasing Nnamdi Kanu and bringing peace to the southeast region. It simply means that there is no case against Nnamdi Kanu. Now, this is happening in a country where they kidnapped the person and they still want to judge the person. The federal government has committed a crime against this man, Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, guys, these are just reactions from Nigerians. So there are talks undergoing on the negotiation between Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government. These talks are still ongoing. And Nnamdi Kanu himself has indicated his willingness to engage in these negotiations with the federal government through his lead counsel, Aloy Ejimako. And they are currently pushing for this negotiation. A lot of Nigerians have really reacted to this. Although Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, while in court today, had made mention of a lot of things where he noted the recent killings in the southeast region, the killings of soldiers. He had condemned the killings of these soldiers, where he noted that IPOB as a group is committed to non-violence. I mean, those soldiers, according to Nnamdi Kanu, are people's husbands, are people's brothers, are people's family. And his stand comes as his legal team has been conversing for his release, citing domestic and international court judgments in favor of his release. And his lead counsel, Aloy Ejimako, had submitted a comprehensive list of judgments to the AG of the Federation at the Federal Ministry of Justice in Abuja, where they have urged President Bola Tinubu to respect the judgment and release Nnamdi Kanu. And it would be recalled that on May 24th, the AG had stated that Nnamdi Kanu's case was a difficult one, which would be resolved by the court. And Kanu has been in the DSS custody since June 2021, facing terrorism-related trial levied against him by the federal government. And I wonder, the federal government that brought in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to this country illegally are still holding him for little or no charges, because they have nothing against this man. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can as well go ahead and negotiate with the federal government. I really hope they will come to a better conclusion that would secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu. The end point of this negotiation is to make sure Nnamdi Kanu gets out of that DSS custody. And that is what everybody wants, for Nnamdi Kanu to regain his freedom. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.